Exit Wound Outdoors. Presented by EWA Hunting. We offer serious outdoorsmen the opportunity to travel and hunt the world.
Well, welcome to Exit Wound Outdoors. We want to thank you for tuning in. It's going to be a great show. This is going to be our first episode ever of Exit Wound Outdoors, and we're going to go a lot of history of why we got this thing started. We're going to talk about Mullins Taxidermy, and we're also going to tell you about a little bit of story called Dagger. I looked at the camera and it wasn't going, so I just talked to you an inch. I thought it was a trial run. I'm trying to leave spaces so if in case I mess up, you can splice it. Bam. I'm following what you said. La la la. I'm a goofy character is what I am. Yeah, I know you are. That's fine, that's being true. Now, Exit Wounds got started probably 4 years ago. You know, I wanted to start a hunting fishing show, but I really didn't know what the name was going to be. So I kind of took a pad of paper, started writing down names, started crossing them off as I kind of looked them up, Googled them, and one kind of stuck out, Exit Wound Outdoors. The reason why I picked it, because I loved bow hunt, I loved rifle hunt, and just it goes just about any animal I wanted to hunt. So I just circled it and I ran with it. Well, the one thing about starting a television show is to start out as a thought. And the one thing I can kind of say what happened to me the most was learning about the outdoors more than I ever thought it possible. One thing about hunting fishing show, you got to be out there just about every day. So I can learn new things about deer, turkeys, elk, just along with trying to film it, just watching their patterns. And I've become a better hunter just from filming hunts. And it's allowed me to be successful for getting that footage on camera. The one thing about filming is probably a learning experience curve. You have to learn on the fly. You know, as a new hunter with a camera, you know, I try to cover everything and everything that was going on the stand. I try to get everything on camera, and it just seemed like, you know, I was trying to teach myself pretty much how to do things. And by doing that, I had to be out there a whole lot more than I used to hunt. You know, it couldn't just be the good days, the cold days, you know, actually being in a tree every day. And that's the only way you're gonna be able to capture much footage and have the opportunity at a big deer. In the beginning, you know, we kind of have a thought of just maybe being a local show. And right now we're kind of taking it slow. You know, we're trying to learn and do the best possible job we can. It's just like anything else, you know, we wanna be successful and we want to take it serious. So with that being said, you know, we're going to try to bring you the best footage possible. We're going to have a little bit of mess ups, everybody does. We just got to keep going, keep being successful, and keep pushing on, because Exit Wound Outdoors, I feel like it's going to be here for the long haul.
What do you look for in an outfitter? Is it the chance to hunt an animal of a lifetime, to hunt the best ground, to get off the radar? No matter what, you have to take it seriously. You get what you put in, and you get what you put out. That's what makes a hunter. So if you want that chance, that opportunity, we got your back. EWA Hunting, offering serious outdoorsmen the opportunity to travel and hunt the world.
There is nothing quite like the outdoors. And there is definitely nothing like taking that trophy of your own. We believe that every trophy should be done in the best quality available. Mullings Taxidermy. State and national champion taxidermist since 2008. Give us a call at 580-795-3500 or visit mullingstaxidermy.com. WW Trailer is the leader of the trailer industry for over 50 years, manufactured right here in Madill, Oklahoma. Our trailers have the best protection and appearance with 2 coats of primer and baked acrylic enamel for a superior glass finish. WW Trailer has a wide variety of steel and aluminum trailers which feature standard equipment like electric brakes on all wheels. Visit www.trailer.com to find the authorized dealer near you.
The quality standard since 1962, Martindale Feed Mill has developed several brands that have influenced the livestock industry for years. I'm Preston Mullings, host of Exit Wound Outdoors and award-winning taxidermist. I have trusted GamePro Feeds since they introduced it over a decade ago. With mounting hundreds of deer a year, GamePro Deer Feeds has the necessary ingredients to maximize your whitetail's potential. And it's clear to see when GamePro Feeds is used from year to year.
Exit Wound Outdoors is brought to you by J&I Manufacturing, your source for high-quality steel supplies and equipment. MFM and GamePro Feeds, the quality standard since 1962. Exit Wound Outdoors is also brought to you by
Well, as you can see behind me, we're in a taxidermy shop, and this is my actual personal business of taxidermy. I'm the owner of Mullings Taxidermy, been doing it for about 8 years. It's actually spawned off from the hunting and fishing that I love to do. I feel like when I first started taxidermy, if I couldn't be killing a big deer, I wanted to be trying to mount somebody else's big deer. And it's kind of transpired into being a full-time job. I've got my wife out here trying to help me, and we have a good family business and trying to build off that. Taxidermy for me is kind of like an art form, and I feel like I was really artistic at a young age. My granddaddy asked me when I was 10 years old what I wanted to do when I grew up, and my answer was I wanted to be a taxidermist. So from that answer, he decided he wanted to try to go to a taxidermy school and really get me involved in it at a young age. I feel like with starting my own business, a lot of the things I was taught are still part of what I do today. Some of the things I take to the competition level, it seems to set me apart. Being a young age and really taking what I've learned, I felt like I'm able to compete with the best in the world. I was actually real fortunate to go to Texas and win Texas State Champion the first time I competed there. And then I went to Nationals. I had a couple friends told me I should go to Nationals and compete with a deer I won Texas State Champion with. And from there, I met a lot of new people and was fortunate enough to win National Champion with a white-tailed deer. At a young age, I was still under 30, and I felt like that was a pretty good accomplishment for being that age. I know a lot of people have been doing that for years and still never accomplished that. And so it kind of pushed me further. I wanted to try to go to the world title and compete on the world level. And so I went up there in 2015 and competed at the World Taxidermy Competition, and actually finished 5th in the world or 6th in the world. It was a really good experience. It felt like I was on a level with those guys, and I could compete with them. I'm trying not to be cocky whenever I go up and compete at these shows, because I do very well. I'm very fortunate to be where I'm at and accomplish what I have. Taxidermy is kind of like filming hunts and running a camera. Anybody can turn a camera on and get footage, but doesn't mean you're gonna get the best footage and be really good at it. And with that being said, I'm gonna continue to compete really well and and hopefully I can accomplish another goal of being a world champion one day. But until then, I'm going to keep learning and keep getting better and try to keep pushing out really good taxidermy work, and hopefully it expires into something greater. Well, enough about me. You know, we're here to bring you a hunting and fishing show. I thought it'd be fitting to bring you the first buck I ever killed on camera. And we're going to tell you a little story of a buck called Dagger. As you can see, I've just got this new Matthews Creed, and about the best shooting bow I've ever had. I think I had the bow for a week and I already Robin Hooded one at 50. But usually when I shoot, I don't shoot more than 3 or 4 arrows because of that reason. These Carbon Expresses are probably $12 an arrow, and usually whenever I Robin Hood one, yeah, it's pretty cool, and it's not too often, but that's $12 I just ate. Actually 24, because I usually leave them together. It's October 1st, and I can't remember the last time I missed an opening day in Oklahoma. I've been waiting all summer to get out in the tree and hunt this buck.
What do you look for in an outfitter? Is it the chance to hunt an animal of a lifetime, to hunt the best ground, to get off the radar? No matter what, you have to take it seriously. You get what you put in, and you get what you put out. That's what makes a hunter. So if you want that chance, that opportunity, we got your back. EWA Hunting, offering serious outdoorsmen the opportunity to travel and hunt the world.
Howdy folks, I'm Chris Cagle. You know, before I became the spokesperson for J&I Manufacturing, I was a customer just like you. I went in there 3 or 4 times and all the guys knew me by name. And a couple more times after that, I knew them by name. It's unbelievable, everything they have out there to meet every single need for every single job. And if I don't know how to get it done, they have the knowledge to help me through it. So get yourself out to J&I Manufacturing in Medill, Oklahoma, and come out and say hello. And for those of you who already shop with us, we'd like to say thank you for your support.
There is nothing quite like the outdoors, and there is definitely nothing like taking that trophy of your own. We believe that every trophy should be done in the best quality available. Mullings Taxidermy, state and national champion taxidermist since 2008. Give us a call at 580-795-3500 or visit mullingstaxidermy.com. WW Trailer is the leader of the trailer industry for over 50 years, manufactured right here in Medill, Oklahoma. Our trailers have the best protection and appearance with 2 coats of primer and baked acrylic enamel for a superior glass finish. WW Trailer has a wide variety of steel and aluminum trailers which feature standard equipment like electric brakes on all wheels. Visit www.trailer.com to find the authorized dealer near you.
Well, this is your Mullings Taxidermy tip of the week. When you're selecting to get a taxidermist, make sure that you bring the deer with no neck in it. It makes for a better mount. As you can see right here, I've got an example to show y'all. Whenever you make your caping all the way down the back of the neck, try to get as much as you can. It makes it easier for me to make an incision, get the cape off the head, and it also makes it look better in the back of the head. A lot of people, that's what you need to check. See how good your taxidermist is, and see how good his threads are. So that's your Mullings Taxidermy tip of the week.
Well, it's October 4th in my home state of Oklahoma. I'm set up on this green field hunting a buck called Dagger. He's a 150-inch, 4.5-year-old, 5.5-year-old deer, so real mature, good mature buck. He's been coming pretty regular at this green field, so we're pretty excited this evening. I'm doing a little solo filming, so I'm gonna do the best I can, try to get everything on camera. If he comes in, hopefully get an opportunity to get a shot and get everything on film. So stay tuned here on S.1 Outdoors. Maybe have a big buck down here in a little bit. So
Well, October 2nd, 3rd, same thing as opening day. It was really slow, it was really hot, deer movement was really minimal. But the 4th was a little bit better in the forecast. We actually had a front coming in. It was going to be about 10 degrees, a little bit cooler, and I couldn't wait to get out that evening and hunt. And sure enough, here comes Dagger. As soon as I saw a Dagger, first thing I had to do is get everything running. You know, I had the big camera in the tree, but I had some GoPros running too to try to catch extra footage. Now that was a little bit of a chore because he wasn't the only one in the field. So as he stood out there, he was the only buck that didn't come in close. So when he walked around out in the field, it seemed like an eternity. So I'm sitting there in the tree, I got my bow ready, and he walks out to my right. I didn't think I was going to get another opportunity, and finally he turned and come back in, and I tried to make the best of what I had. Well, as I come to full draw, I noticed that the buck is standing right next to another doe, and I thought he might move. But I also noticed my camera was hitting my riser. So I tried to ease out to the edge of my stand and try to squeeze off a shot. And when I did, a bow hit my camera and I messed the shot up. Here I am trying to film a hunt, and lo and behold, the camera gets in the way and screws up a hunt. Well, you know, I can't blame it all on the camera because I am the shooter. And I didn't know how good the shot was, so I looked back, checked the footage, and as you can tell, I wasn't happy. I noticed when I shot, it was deflected a little bit to the left. I kind of come to the conclusion, I hit him in the brisket, and as I looked for blood, it kind of summed that up too. You know, all I got was a lot of hair, really didn't get any blood. I had a lot of fat on my arrow, I guess from the brisket, and you know, it just kind of missed opportunity, and I just kicking myself because I didn't know if I'd get a second chance.
What do you look for in an outfitter? Is it the chance to hunt an animal of a lifetime, to hunt the best ground, to get off the radar? No matter what, you have to take it seriously. You get what you put in, and you get what you put out. That's what makes a hunter. So if you want that chance, that opportunity, we got your back. EWA Hunting, offering serious outdoorsmen the opportunity to travel and hunt the world.
Howdy folks, Chris Cagle here for J&I Manufacturing in Madill, Oklahoma. You know, I used to think this was just a steel yard. So you can imagine my surprise when I found out that they had everything I need to run a successful farm. They've got hay dollies, stock trailers, horse feeders, cattle guards, panels, corrals, cedar spreaders, shredders, you name it. So for all you farmers out there, big or small, remember this. If you can't find it at J&I, you probably don't need it.
There is nothing quite like the outdoors, and there is definitely nothing like taking that trophy of your own. We believe that every trophy should be done in the best quality available. Mullings Taxidermy, state and national champion taxidermist since 2008. Give us a call at 580-795-3500 or visit mullingstaxidermy.com.
The quality standard since 1962, Martindale Feed Mill has developed several brands that have influenced the livestock industry for years. I'm Preston Mullings, host of Exit Wound Outdoors and award-winning taxidermist. I have trusted GamePro Feeds since they introduced it over a decade ago. With mounting hundreds of deer a year, GamePro Deer Feeds has the necessary ingredients to maximize your whitetail's potential. And it's clear to see when GamePro Feeds is used from year to year.
Exit Wound Outdoors is brought to you by EWA Hunting. We offer serious outdoorsmen the opportunity to travel and hunt the world. Mullings Taxidermy, state and national champion taxidermist. WW Trailer, the leader in the trailer industry since 1960. Exit Wound Outdoors is also brought to you by
Getting pretty much triple and quadruple layered out here. The wind's blowing probably 30 miles an hour, and it's probably 35. I had to walk in here with much of this stuff in my bag because it was so much I would start sweating. But I just got done checking our trail cam right here, and we had the big buck we call Dagger. He came in yesterday. I was in the shop working, matting a couple deer. I'd like to kill him with my bow, so I brought it just in case he comes close. But if he gets out in here and across this field, start chasing a doe or two, I want to let the top center take a crack at it.
Here I am sitting in the stand, hadn't seen much movement. I look up and it looks like there's a rack in the horizon. So as I get my binocs out and look, there Dagger is. He's standing there with the doe. You know, I noticed that he's chasing this doe and there's no way I could get a shot, but I knew that they're probably going to hold up in that little block of timber, so I popped the blind up and I was going to set up for the evening hunt.
Well, folks, I'm in Oklahoma. It's December the 6th, and we've had this cold spell come through. It's probably 27 wind chill. It's been hot right before this front. It's been in the 60s, so the weather hasn't been real ideal for deer hunting, but we're feeling with this front they're going to get up on their feet early. We're out here in the blind a little bit earlier tonight, hoping we get a little bit of deer action on this field. Set up on a trail right on the edge of the field where the deer like to come in, so I'm hoping that old big boy wants to come in, maybe hang out right here on the edge of the field, maybe able to get a shot, even if he's at 100 yards. I got the rifle tonight, so.
Well, as I got in the blind that night, you know, I noticed the wind wasn't perfect, but it was cold and it was coming from the north. So I figured the deer were going to be up on their feet and trying to feed in this cold front. So I closed all the windows on my blind just to make sure I was kind of holding my scent best I could do to keep them from smelling me as close as 20 to 30 yards. But, you know, as it is, it doesn't matter what time, when that front hits, the buck's gonna get up and move, and here comes Dagger.
Gosh. Yes. Yes. He showed up. Yes. Yes. I got redeemed. Thank you, Lord. Oh my gosh. I don't know how I could keep it together. I rushed the shot with my bow. Now I just took my time and I smoked it and squeezed it off and got him. I can't believe it. I'm gonna see if I can't get one of my buddies to come out here and help me get a recovery. So I'm gonna chill out for a second, and then we're gonna go get a big monster. Oh yes! Thank you, TC. Man, I tell you what. It's taken a long time to finally get a second chance, but I'm glad I did. Got sheds off this buck. Man, second chances always feel good, especially when you come. All right, Exit Wound Outdoors, big buck down.
Well, we want to thank you for tuning in to our first episode of Exit Wound Outdoors. You know, we covered a lot of where Exit Wound Outdoors came from. We talked about me probably way too much. And we talked about taxidermy. But you know, you gotta stay tuned because we're gonna be all over the United States hunting gators, turkeys, whitetails, and we'll have good friends. They're gonna be pro staffers. Even got a good outfitter at EWA Hunting who's got a lot of big deer to bring you. And we'll see you next week when we go and start killing lots of turkeys. And when I mean turkeys, I mean lots of turkeys.
Closed captioning for Exit Wound Outdoors is brought to you by Texoma Agency, specializing in lake homes, farm and ranch, residential and commercial properties since 1980. Don't forget to follow Exit Wound Outdoors on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to see what we are up to now. Production for Exit Wound Outdoors is provided by Deep Fork Productions. Our life, your future.